some people look at the world differently than I do. They look at the world differently. It doesn't make me right and them wrong, or them right and me wrong, right? Both of these perceptions exist. And if, in fact, we work together and we work in concert and we work collectively to actually understand what's happening, and we make it a goal and an objective to truly understand and not argue, like, clarity comes fast. And it's not hard to realize that water is level on the surface. It's called a level. It's called a horizon because it's horizontal. Like that's a reality. You can get on a plane and you can look and you don't see curvature. You don't feel the earth spinning. You know, there's just so much evidence that shows that we're not on a spinning ball and that the earth is flat. And I hope that those of you who are insulted by this or affected by this have opportunity to listen to the podcast I did with David Weiss about the flat earth guy. There is so much information, and it is so liberating. It is so liberating to realize what truth is. And truth is not a narrative. Truth is in your soul. And you know in your soul that water is level. You know in your soul that if you stand still, the earth ain't spinning. You know in your soul that if you look at the sky, you see the sun moving across the sky. You don't feel, you say, well, you don't feel it. Well, you know, like spiritually, you know where truth is, and you know in your own 5D perception if you're just honest with yourself. So the first thing is, the minute that you feel something that's that scary and that upsetting to challenge your own point of view, how can that not be something that demands your full attention? And once you allow yourself to experience something new, so as I talk to some of my friends who are, arguing the flat earth to me, and I just say, I'm not here to debate this. I'm not here to argue with this. All I'm going to ask you to do is to pretend. Just pretend. Listen to the video and just pretend that you believe it. Just pretend that the information is potentially true. And imagine that you're sharing this with another friend who doesn't know. How does that make you feel? And just experience that feeling. And I can't even, they cannot even do that, because that's how rigid and that's how stuck they are in the 3D world. And they're clutching on to that, give me a word for this. They're holding on to that matrix. That's the pull that they have this grip on this metal idea that science is right and it's absolutely true. And that thing is shaking so violently right now that you can barely hold on to it. And the minute that you just let go and pretend, and boom, the minute that you let go and you allow yourself to say, yeah, I think the earth is flat. Yeah, it does make sense that the earth is flat. And if you're not sure, talk to a 10-year-old. And ask a 10-year-old if water's level. Ask a 10-year-old if they feel the earth spin. Ask a 10-year-old to look out of a plane window and say, do you see the world curve? Mm-hmm. Like these are basic answers that are so simple and so true, and yet we are programmed to be stuck in a fear-based world that's been projected to us to make us believe that somehow we're on this lonely planet spinning around in this vacuum universe that is trillions and trillions of miles away, and that we're nothing. And then you grasp the idea of saying, wow, all of a sudden I'm on a planet that I know is flat, and the Bible says that, God created it. God put waters above and waters below. So when I see the blue sky in the day, wow, that's the water above. Did you ever notice that the sky looks like water? Like the color is looks like water? And all of a sudden these things just start to come in. It's like, wow, a whole different spiritual experience opens for you. And the biggest experience of all is the willingness to let go of the matrix that is crumbling. So if you think the Republicans are the solution, or you think Trump is the solution, or you think that the destruction of America is the solution is just let go and just be you and live from your heart. And in fact, you discover that you're already at 5D. You live in a perfect environment that's perfect for you to experience in every way that you can. And so you say, well, it's not perfect because I can get hurt. Well, that's part of the perfection. You get to have that experience. You get to experience what it's like to let go of a constricting belief. Like I'm on a planet that is basically all alone spinning in space. at thousands of miles an hour, and there is no connection to God. There is no God. We're just a big bang. How draining that is, and how much of a spiritual deception that's played. The spiritual energies of that deception are designed to rob us of our heart umbilical cord to God, to source energy, to source. We are source. And when we collectively go to our source place and we're collectively working from that 5D space, we're going to be unbelievably amazed at how fast our world's going to become amazing.